So here is where I keep my nail polish nowadays. Before I had this many, so they're all in these little bins. Before I had this many, I used to keep them in those wall racks that everybody has. So these are them right here. They're not the big ones though. I don't know, they maybe hold 40, I'm not really sure, maybe like 10, 20, 30, 40, something like that. They're not the really super big ones. I really loved these when I first got them, but I've recently gotten back into nail polish, so when I started buying more of them, it quickly outgrew these two that I have. There is one thing I didn't like about them though, and I'm not sure if all of them have this, but I don't know if you can see the corner there. It's just a bit, I don't know, kind of tacky and unprofessional looking. I'm not really sure how else to put it. Like, not all of the shelves are perfectly level. Like, some of them might have a little more space over here compared to this side. And like, if they're side by side, the shelves might not be exactly the same, and you can see like this corner sort of bends in a little bit, despite me trying to bend it back for I've tried many times, but it just seems to be like that permanently. I'm not sure if it's just the place I got it or if they're all like that or what, but I didn't really like it. But when it was up on the wall, you didn't really notice all that, and it just looked beautiful. But then my collection outgrew it, and before I had them on the racks, I used to keep them in this like little, almost like a fish tackle box. So it was sort of silver, and it had like a latch on the top, and you'd unlatch it and you could open both sides, and there'd be like multiple levels and stuff like that. And that didn't hold as many as the racks, so then I got the racks, and then they went on the racks, and now I outgrew the racks, and now I have them in the bins back there. So I used to love having them on the racks because I could actually look and see what colors I had without having to dig through anything. And I could sort of arrange them, like all the reds together, the purples together, and stuff like that. I'm really OCD, so I love having things sort of grouped together and rearrangeable and stuff like that. But I have since decided that some of the colors, as most people know, don't look the same on your nail as they do in the bottle. So I use swatch wheels now, and I'll get to that in a minute. I've actually discovered a new kind of swatch wheel. It's not a wheel, but anyway, you'll see what I mean, and I'll show you guys. It'll be, hopefully you guys will think it's really cool too. I think it's super awesome. So I'll just show you really quick sort of my collection. I have about 125 colors or so. It was 150 up until very recently, and I gave away a bunch of them at a nail polish party I was having. I had a bunch of colors that were very similar to each other, and I would rather have sort of, I don't want to have a lot of colors that are very similar. I'd rather have sort of a very wide range of colors, if that makes sense. So I gave some away at this party I had as party favors, and it was really great. So anyway, this is China glaze. This whole thing is China glaze. I got these bins are Sterilite, I believe. Yep, Sterilite. I got these at Target, and another reason I gave some away is, as you can see, there's not a whole lot of room left here, and I live in a condo in Vancouver, and we don't have a whole lot of space, so I can't really have a huge, enormous collection, so I want them all to fit here. I did think about getting larger plastic bins, but I wanted them to be able to fit on this shelf here. And as you can see, like this one here, this is like the shoebox size. I couldn't fit, it would look kind of weird, like sticking way out. I couldn't fit too many of them if I did that. So this to me looks a lot more tidy, and I love this little pop of color, this green. I have to go back and get more. Anyway, so this is China glaze. I'm not going to go through each one, but China glaze is my favorite brand. I only recently discovered it, actually, and I think there was just a lot of people on YouTube ranting and raving about China Glaze, and I tried it out and I loved it, and now I'm a total convert. OPI used to be my favorite, and now it's China Glaze, followed by Essie, and then OPI, and then Sally Hansen, and then the rest are kind of tied in last place. More China Glaze. Actually, have any of you heard of this? It's called FasCino. This is not a good one. It's too dark. You can't read it. Let's try this pink. FasCino. There we go. Focus. Oh, I guess my camera's not that good. Anyway, this says FasCino, and I've never seen these anywhere online or anything. I tried looking them up. Everyone that I've ever seen has had this. Oh, you can't really read it, but this says $9.95 on it. And everywhere I bought them, they've been like $1 or $2, something like that. And they seem like kind of cheap when you put them on. I don't think they're ever actually sold for $9.95. I think it's kind of a scam. I don't know. I've seen them around Vancouver. You can get them in Richmond. I got a bunch of these in a sale that they were having in the Tinseltown Mall, sort of close to Chinatown. They're not too bad, but they're worth what you pay for them. Anyway, has anybody ever heard of these or seen them anywhere outside of Vancouver, or I don't even know. Does anybody know anything about this? I've never been able to find any information. FasCino. I'll spell it out in the box below. I have quite a few of these because how can you turn down $1 nail polish? I've got quite a few Revlon. Yeah, lots of China Glaze in here. Wasn't watching where the camera was pointing. This little bin here, this shorter one, I kind of wish these boxes were a little shorter. You can see there's a little bit of wasted space. I originally thought that I was going to be putting my Swatch wheels sort of in there, like it would just have, like this would just have reds in it, and so I'd have a red wheel sort of tucked in there, but then I decided I wanted all the wheels together. So there is a bit of wasted space there, but I still think it's totally worth it because these things are super cute. This is all my stamping stuff. Conad polishes. I have a lot of these little tiny ones. I kind of wish I'd gotten the bigger ones because you can't really get a lot out of these, really. But when I first discovered it, it's like, oh my god, I need every color, but I couldn't afford them all, so I just got the tiny ones. And the reason I have so many stampers and scrapers is because the very first nail polish party that I hosted, I only had one stamper and scraper, and people were just waiting to use it, and everybody was like, come on, hurry up. So I was like, they're pretty cheap, so I just got a few more, and now I never have that problem, and it's great. Quite a few of these. Someday I'll think of a better way to store them, but for now, there you go. Nothing real unusual or special with that. Try to close this. Alright, let's look at this guy. Isn't it crazy, like, when you're recording these videos, you think, wow, people must be super bored by this, but I can't tell you the number of videos that I've watched where people are just literally doing exactly what I'm doing, and I'm completely, absorbed in it for hours. Anyway, so these are all OPI. Yeah, you can kind of tell it's sort of focusing. OPI was sort of the first high-end brand that I recognized, or I don't know, started collecting, I guess you could say, just because I didn't really, it was the only thing I could find in like a salon or whatever that I recognized as a high-end product that I liked, that I could buy, because you can't really get China Glaze in the stores in Canada. There are a couple of Sally Beauty Supply near Vancouver, but I didn't know that until recently, after hunting. So these are all OPIs. Let's see, I've got this one here. I think this one's a mishmash, sort of drugstore polishes. Yeah, I've got everything in here. Sally Hansen Wet n Wild. One Color Club, which, wow, it does not look that blue. It's actually a vibrant purple, or like a blurple, I guess. Claire's. I have one Crow's Toes, if you've never heard of that. It's this is the color AWESOOOME, Your Potions Master. It's really cool. Maybe I'll link to that in the thing down below. Anyway, it's super awesome glitter. It's like a handmade polish. Let's see here. And one more. I think these are mostly Sally Hansen. Sally Hansen's definitely the best drugstore nail polish brand. It wears the best, and they're inexpensive, and there's so many different kinds. And I don't know why, but like Sally Hansen's got so many different bottle types, and like, you know, this one's called Smooth and Perfect, and you know, like this one is Hard as Nails. Like there's so many like sub brands or formulas. I'm not really even sure what you would call them. These are my Essies, these ones here. I really like Essie. I wish they had better colors. So these are like pretty much all the colors that I like of theirs. Some people really don't like Essie. This is Chinchilli. Actually, there was a YouTuber I was just watching. She was going on and on about how she bought this because people told her she had to try Essie, but she hated how streaky it was. If you put them on thick, it looks great, I think. I really like the finish. It just sort of takes a little bit more of a knack to put them on, I guess. I like them. And then Sinful Colors, I have a few of those as well. I think that's, well, those are my top coats. I guess I'll show you that really quick. Let's see here. I can show you what's in here too. Okay, top coats first. Alright. And I actually want to do a video on sort of top coat comparisons. There are a few out there, but most of them are like, they have maybe 4 or 5 in them, and not a whole lot. Everything you see in here is a top coat, pretty much. I think I have 4 different matte top coats, because when I first started looking for them, they were super hard to find, and then I kept seeing them everywhere after I bought the China Glaze. Oops, that's not China Glaze. That's not China Glaze either. There we go. After I bought the China Glaze Mad About You online, then after that, of course, I started seeing matte polishes everywhere. And then I have these sort of little tiny, they're not shot glasses, but you can get them at Sally Beauty Supply. I use them to put polish remover in, so I can dip, you know, Q-tips and stuff, excuse me, in them more easily. Anyway, and then, sorry if you can hear that beeping, there's some construction outside. And I hate it when people apologize for things in their videos, and I just did it. Here's some stickers and stuff, some drip dry, sort of fast drying, whatnot. Just the, you know, the extras. And I have a few more of these, so when I have nail polish parties, I don't have to share. This guy up here has just got sort of the cotton balls and stuff like that in it. And I've got a couple of extras there, and like my nail polish removers and whatnot. Okay, now on to the super awesome thing. Okay, I'll show you my wheels. They're up here. Come with me. Okay, so so these are all my colors. This is actually not only the colors that I still have. Focus. Oh, I gotta learn how to use my camera. Anyway, this is 150 whatever colors I had, and the ones with the pink dots on them. Oops, that's one underneath. See that some of them have this pink dot. Those are the ones that I had identified as being too much of a dupe for one I already had, and to set them aside. So basically, so I actually sort of agonized for a long time over which wheels I wanted to get. There's quite a few, and you know, there's like the one that most people have is sort of it's a milky white plastic, and you get them at Sally's or who knows where else, but definitely Sally's. That's the only one they sell. And they're like, where the nail attaches, it's like this really thin little thing, and I've heard of people complaining about the fact that they sort of bend and fall off. And I also didn't like the fact that they were actually white, because one of the things that I like about certain polishes is how opaque they are. Most people feel the same way, but if it's white, you can't really tell how opaque it is, I don't think. So I like to be able to see through it. So that's why I picked the clear ones, so that I could hold it up to the light, or hold it up. I usually hold it up to my fingers like this, and if I could see the little crack between my fingers, then I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna need more coats. And then I just sort of put 2 coats on every single color, just so I could see what 2 coats looks like. If it looks too thin, I'll still wear it, but I'll just know that I need more than 2 coats. Not a big deal. And then you can see, maybe I'll get a piece of paper so you can see it a bit better. There we go. So you can see that there's sort of 20 spots that I labeled. This is purple number 1, and I've got like purple rain, purple number 2, sort of the overflow. Anyway, so I labeled them, and these are all the purples, but like I was saying earlier, you can't always tell when they're in the bottle what color they are. So some of these I wouldn't even have put them on the purple one. I would have put them on the pink or something like that. What else was I going to say? Oh, another reason I like these wheels. I ordered these on Amazon, I think. They're sort of thicker, like a thicker plastic, and more rugged, and I like things that are rugged. But recently, before I show you the new ones, which are right there, so I label them and then I put them in a spreadsheet. A few people are doing this. The highlighted ones are the ones with the dot that I was getting rid of, just so that people could read it better. And I would sort of put like the brand, the color name, the line, so this would be like the collection or whatever. I didn't really fill that in for most of them. The wheel and the number on the wheel. And you can, I put this in a Google Doc spreadsheet so that I can look it up on my phone if I'm in a drugstore or wherever, and I'm like, I really love that color. I probably already own that. So I can look it up on my phone and see, yes, I own it, or no, I don't, or whatever, if I don't have the actual wheels with me. If I know I'm going to go nail polish shopping, I actually take the wheels with me in my purse and pull them out. I'm sure I look kind of like a weirdo, but I do it anyway. So like 3 or 4 pages, something like that. Okay, so the one thing that I did not like about these wheels, they're great in most respects, but the one thing I didn't like is the fact that, now I am really OCD, and the fact that even though when I first started swatching I had arranged the colors in sort of like a gradation to be, the colors that are similar are next to each other, then when you buy some new ones, you can't, if it's between these 2 colors, you can't put it in there. You have to put it on the blank spot. And then it's all out of order, and then my OCD gets all tweaking, and I don't like it. So I was like, okay, how can I make one of these that I can actually rearrange? And so I was thinking and thinking and thinking, and I'm pretty crafty, so I was trying to figure out how to make one. And then I thought, this isn't a new problem. I bet you someone out there has already thought of this. Maybe I can just buy one. So after much searching, I did actually end up finding it, and I ended up finding out that they sold them on Trans Design, but when I went there to buy some, they were sold out. And with much more Google searching, I then found another website that had them in stock, and I bought them. So here's what my new ones look like, and they just came today, which is why I'm doing this video. I'm so stoked. I got 10 of these, come like this. They just came in like an envelope. It actually, and some bubble wrap. It wasn't that great package, but none of them are damaged, so it's all good. And let me show you the awesomeness of this. Okay, so this has 24 on it, but the best thing about this is that these pop out and you can rearrange them. How freaking awesome is that? So if I could put like any colors I wanted, or like all my neons or whatever I wanted, and then if I want to rearrange them because I'm having an OCD moment, I can. So I am so excited to do that. And I guess I'll do a little bit of a review on these because not everybody has these. Some people have these, some people have these in white. A lot of people have the flimsier version in the white one that you can get at Sally's. But I've never seen one like this on YouTube. I did look. But anyway, so So the first thing I noticed was that these sort of pop out very easily. I was kind of nervous about that at first because I thought, oh, they're gonna pop out on me, but they really don't. Like, they stay in there pretty good. So I'm not too nervous about that anymore. I think most of the time they would sort of expect you to kind of put a label right on here. And I did. I bought some labels to put on there, but I don't actually want them here because if I want to rearrange it, then the label doesn't come with it. So I want to find a way to, geez, one hand at the camera. So I want to find a way to label this thingy. So that's why I got these little tiny labels, and I'm going to try to cut them and put them just on, focus, oh geez, sorry, just on this little plastic bit, so that when I rearrange them, it's all good. I've thought about actually just writing on the plastic, but marker tends to rub off of plastic, so if I'm going to go to all the trouble of swatching all of my polishes, I want them to last. So what I think I'll do is I will cut these into thirds or whatever. You can see it's just the right width. And I'll put them on here and I'll label them with pen or something. And then I will take some, so like these are sticky, but they probably would peel off if it was coming in and out of my purse, for example. So in addition to all that, how crazy I am, I am then going to I'm going to cut little strips of tape and sort of tape all the way around it so that the tape will keep the label on there. And I'm going to use this kind of tape, Scotch tape. I always use brand name tape because it works better. Scotch is the bomb. So Scotch tape, but I'm not going to use like this kind of tape because this kind of tape is much stronger and I trust this one more. So I'm going to cut little strips off that and try that. So that's my plan. It's totally over the top and super awesome, and I know that a lot of people are going to be so excited about these. I'm going to post a link to where I got these, and the website seems really kind of crazy, and it's got like flashing text and half of it's in Chinese, and it's kind of crazy, but I took a risk and they came and it's fine, and they didn't overcharge me or anything. It's all good. They are more expensive than these wheels. I don't recall off the bat exactly. I think it was maybe $30 for 10 of these. I can't remember, but I'll put it down below. But anyway, these are really cool. I can't wait to re-swatch everything, as laborious as that sounds. Like, oh, especially the green. So many of them belong on the blue wheel. It drives me nuts every time I look at it, and I can't wait to like rearrange them. It's gonna be so good. All right, so there's the cops going by. There is this awesome new Swatch wheel. It's not really a wheel, it's like a board, I guess, Swatch board, that I haven't seen anywhere on YouTube. If you have seen someone else reviewing these, let me know. Like, put a link down there. I'd love to see it. But hopefully I will see more of these on YouTube then, because this is way better. Okay, bye guys.